Oh, God. Ugh. Must have fallen asleep. Whew. Nighttime. What day is it? Oh my God. It's March 31st. Dude, just stop, man. Just stop. You don't have to do this. Why you know a play of my game? What do you mean? I have the game. I bought a digital version and I bought a physical version too. It's still sealed. I don't know, because I'm kind of weird. Sometimes I buy a game digitally and then I buy it physical, but that doesn't mean that any of this has to happen. You seem to be a very strange man. Dude, you are literally taking away Super Mario 3D All-Stars from the Nintendo Switch eShop so that nobody can purchase it. You can't buy the games individually. You're also taking them out of physical stores such as GameStop and Walmart and not allowing them to sell these copies of the game. Plus, you're getting rid of Super Mario 35th, which was the Battle Royale style game that you starred in for your thing. Your thing didn't even last a year. It lasted, what, roughly 6 months? What the hell kind of celebration is that? And you of all people have the audacity to question my antics, to question what I do? Why are you getting so angry? Now, I'm not mad, man. I'm frustrated because it doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. Mario has something else to show you too. What's that? It's a timer for the stabby stabby! Next time you will buy my game before I take it away. Or else.
Well, folks, the day has finally come. The day that everyone said, oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm sure Nintendo has something up their sleeves with this. I'm sure Nintendo's going to do something different, but no. Today is officially March 31st, and in case you are unfamiliar with what this day means, it means that Nintendo is removing games from the Nintendo Switch. You are no longer able to get Super Mario Bros. 35, which was the Battle Royale style Mario Brothers game that you would play online. The game is not only being removed from the game store on the Nintendo Switch eShop, but the online servers are also being shut down for this game as well, meaning that you'll never be able to play it again, until Nintendo possibly changes their mind. But I'm not in the area of possibilities, I'm in the areas of what is actually happening. But of course, the bigger thing for a lot of people has to be the removal of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is of course a collection of 3 awesome Mario games. Well, 2 awesome Mario games and one that's, kind of alright. You have Super Mario 64, you have Super Mario Sunshine, and you have Super Mario Galaxy. 3 games that a lot of people like. More people seem to like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Galaxy more so than Sunshine, but I digress. I know there are Sunshine fans out there, and to you people, I salute you. But still, did you buy this game? Do you have a Nintendo Switch to buy this game? Because if you planned on waiting for a Nintendo Switch because, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic and you couldn't afford it, that's too bad, my friend, because this game is being removed from the Nintendo Switch eShop as well. But on top of that, you're no longer able to waltz into your local GameStop or Walmart or Target or Best Buy and pick up a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars because those games are being removed too. I guess they're just being shipped back to Nintendo, possibly to be destroyed and dismantled. Of course, you can buy them off places like eBay, but I'm sure those eBay prices are going to start to creep up with this. Now, of course, Fire Emblem is also having a game removed, and that was a translation of the original Fire Emblem from the Famicom, and that's another problem too, but this just seems a lot stranger to me because when you think of Nintendo, I mean, who do you think of? You kind of think of Mario. He's essentially been the face of Nintendo since the NES first was introduced into the marketplace in the United States back in 1985. So Mario and Nintendo are pretty synonymous. So why would you get rid of your biggest character in one of his best games on the Nintendo Switch because of an arbitrary time limit? Now, of course, 2020 was supposed to be the 35th anniversary of Mario, and it was supposed to be this big celebration or anything like that, but the pandemic pretty much put a stop to that. This game did not come out, this game being Super Mario 3D All-Stars, until September. So you had from September to March in order to purchase and play this game. That is just absolutely ridiculous to me. You couldn't even give us a year, Nintendo. And yes, obviously I have a copy of the game. I have a copy of the game digitally. I have a copy of the game physically that's still sealed, because I feel like this is going to be a collector's item to some degree. Now, of course, Nintendo has done things like this before with Mario's 25th anniversary, where on the Nintendo Wii, it had a little deluxe edition that came with like a CD where you could play some classic Mario games on there. And this was a limited time thing that was eventually re-released without the physical edition goodies in the game that you could once again buy in stores. But still, it took several years for that to actually happen. You still didn't get the extra physical stuff, but the main difference with that situation versus this situation was the fact that those games that were in that original collection that released on the Wii were available to purchase on the Nintendo Wii's eShop on the digital storefront. You could always go and buy those games. You didn't necessarily have to buy this expensive collector's edition. You didn't have to get a physical copy of the game. Once they got rid of the special collector's edition, you could still go to the Wii eShop and purchase these games. So why is Nintendo changing their tune with this? It's definitely a problem to me, and it's something that, I mean, I've been very outspoken about ever since this was first announced, because you're seeing a lot of digital games and this whole digital preservation thing that is definitely happening within the video game industry. You can no longer go onto your Wii or your Nintendo DS and buy games on their appropriate eShops or virtual consoles or anything like that. Right now, we have the whole situation with PS3, PSP, and PlayStation Vita games being removed from Sony storefronts as well. So what happens to these games? They just get kind of lost. And that's why physical games are so important. Yes, maybe you have to download some patches on these physical games, and maybe in the future you won't be able to download those patches, but still, you'll be able to play what's on the actual cartridge or what's on the actual disc, pending it's not a situation like some Nintendo Switch games where you have to download a sizable chunk of the game. What ends up happening with those games? I guess those will just be lost to the sands of time as well. Now, Nintendo could end up changing their tune with this whole situation, but it would be kind of interesting because they'd have to go through some interesting leaps and bounds to do that. Right now, you can't just go buy N64 or GameCube or Wii games on the Nintendo Switch's online service because, well, you can't buy any classic games. All of the classic games are embedded into the Nintendo Switch's online, which features NES and SNES games. So you would have to either add these games in as new consoles coming to the service, which would be admittedly awesome because it would really open up the library, or you could sell these games just a la carte as an individual purchase for each of these games. But what would the reasoning be behind that? If you're still going to release these games a la carte, what's the point of pulling the collector's edition anyways from the physical thing? What's the point of pulling the game digitally off of the Nintendo Switch's eShop if you're just going to sell the games individually? Like, I don't understand this. And yes, you know, Nintendo saw a huge spike in Super Mario 3D All-Star sales on Amazon right up before this day came of March 31st, the infamous March 31st. But it's just so ridiculous to me that this is even a situation that is happening, and it's a situation that people have to deal with, because there's a lot of people who maybe just bought a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and you know, they spent all their Christmas money. A lot of people weren't working last year, and maybe they wanted to save up to get this game. Maybe they were waiting for a rainy day. But you're sort of pressuring people into doing this, and I don't understand how it benefits you as a company. If I could understand that portion of it, I would completely understand this whole situation, because at the end of the day, like I always say, these companies aren't your friends. They are a business. They are in the business of making money. A Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection was never going to struggle to sell. You didn't have to put a limited release date on this. It's always going to sell. They're Mario games. People love Mario games. Some of the best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch are Mario games, but removing this game is essentially removing sales of this game. So how would it really benefit you as a company? That's really the one question that just has me scratching my head with this situation. And I guess until Nintendo talks about it further, if they talk about it further, then maybe we'll get some answers. But as of right now, it's March 31st. Your Super Mario Bros. 35 is completely gone. Your Super Mario 3D All-Stars is no longer able to be purchased. And who knows if you'll ever be able to play or purchase these games again on your Nintendo Switch. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this whole situation, because like I said, I just think it's ridiculous. I can't understand any sort of justification from a business or a consumer aspect as to why this would be a good thing, as to why removing a game and cannibalizing the sales of this game and pretty much putting the sales of the game to an end would help any sort of company's bottom line. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed that little skit I did at the start of the video, I legitimately fell right on my ass when I was doing the whole Mario stabbing me thing. Like my feet got tangled up underneath each other, and like that's why the camera moved, because like I kicked the tripod and the tripod just like went on its side, and like, dude, it was rough, man. Like I don't know what happened. Like I guess I just got a little bit off balance, and then my feet got underneath me, and yeah, I definitely busted my ass. But that's the level of dedication I have for you guys. I will bust my ass for you guys, just not on the editing side of things, because I hate editing so much. It drives me nuts. But hey, I had some decent editing in the skit. And as always, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out the other videos on the channel. There's like thousands of videos for you to watch. Just get bored and like watch some of my videos. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.